We'll start in another 2 minutes. Okay. Good morning. In our last class, we were discussing about the failures of Rutherford atom model, and I have told you, as far as the failures of Rutherford atom model are concerned, Rutherford model could not explain the stability of an atom. It could not account for Rutherford model could not account for stability of an atom. I have told you it could not explain the stability of an atom because according to classical electromagnetic theory, an accelerated charged particle must always radiate energy in the form of light, and so the accelerated charged particle goes on losing its own energy continuously. And when it comes to the case of electron in an atom, suppose this is the nucleus and here is the electron. We know that electron in the circular orbit is the accelerated charged particle. The acceleration for the electron will be the centripetal acceleration in this. This accelerated electron should radiate energy in the form of light. When it radiates energy in the form of light, its own energy goes on. Its own energy goes on decreasing continuously. As a result, this electron now starts following the spiral path and eventually falls into the nucleus. Once the electron falls into the nucleus, the atomic structure gets destroyed. Atomic structure gets destroyed. So an atom can never exist. If we assume Bohr's atomic model to be true, the atom model as described by Rutherford cannot exist. Instead, that atom gets destroyed. So Rutherford's atom model was discarded. This was the first failure of Rutherford model. The another failure of Rutherford model is that it could not explain the origin of line spectra. Rutherford model could not explain the origin of line spectra. ಈ atoms ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, as I have told you, whenever this electron starts revolving around the nucleus, it starts radiating energy in the form of light. As it follows the spiral path and falls into the nucleus, during this time, this electron emits light of all possible wavelengths. ಈ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, this electron during its motion around the nucleus emits light of all possible wavelengths. ಈ rainbow ಇರ್ತದೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, rainbow ನಾಗೆ we can see all possible wavelengths that are lying in the visible region. ವಿಬ್ಗಯಾರ್ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ರಮ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. We call the rainbow or this continuous range of wavelengths as continuous spectrum. ಈ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಕೂಡ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಸುತ್ತಬೇಕಾದಾಗ it is observed that it is assumed that this electron emits light of all possible wavelengths. It has to emit light of all possible wavelengths. This is what is expected. It is expected that the electron revolving around the nucleus must emit light of all possible wavelengths. So an atom must emit a continuous spectrum. One atom yavaglu continuous spectrum na emit ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅಥವಾ we should observe a continuous spectrum due to an atom. This is expected, but experiments to show that atoms emit line spectrum. Actually ನಾವು atoms ಇಂದ expect ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, when the electron starts revolving around the nucleus, this electron should emit light of all possible wavelengths. ಈ ಆಟಮ್ ಅಥವಾ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಎಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಲೈಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ವೇವ್ಲೆಂತ್ಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋದು ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಈ 7 ವೇವ್ಲೆಂತ್ಸ್ ಅಂತೂ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ಲೇಬೇಕು. ವೈಲೆಟ್, ಇಂಡಿಗೋ, ಬ್ಲೂ, ಗ್ರೀನ್, ಯೆಲ್ಲೋ, ಆರೆಂಜ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರೆಡ್. ಈ 7 ವೇವ್ಲೆಂತ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ರಮ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಎ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ರಮ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಎಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಅನ್ ಆಟಮ್. ಬಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ಡ್ ದಟ್ ಎ ಲೈನ್ ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ರಮ್ is emitted by the atom. Atom is not going to emit continuous spectrum. Instead, an atom is emitting line spectrum. Line spectrum ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ, line spectrum is a spectrum where only particular wavelengths are observed on a dark background. On the dark background ಮೇಲೆ, over a dark background, we observe only particular wavelengths. ಎಲ್ಲ wavelengths ಬರಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ atom ಇಂದ. We observe only some particular wavelengths on a dark background. This is observed experimentally, but this is expected according to Rutherford model. Rutherford model prakara, are you able to hear me? Are you hearing me? Yes, Sudha. Okay. So according to Rutherford model, an electron revolving around the nucleus must emit light of all possible wavelengths. The spectrum of all possible wavelengths is called as a continuous spectrum. Rutherford model prakara ಒಂದು atom continuous spectrum na emit ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. But experimentally it is observed that an atom is not emitting light of all possible wavelengths. Board isn't clear. Okay. An atom does not emit light of all possible wavelengths. Instead, it emits light of only particular wavelengths. ಕೆಲವೊಂದಷ್ಟೇ ವೇವ್ಲೆಂತ್ಸ್ ಬಂದಿರ್ತವೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ವೇವ್ಲೆಂತ್ಸ್ ಬಂದಿರಲ್ಲ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವೈಲೆಟ್, ಇಂಡಿಗೋ, ಬ್ಲೂ, ಗ್ರೀನ್, ಯೆಲ್ಲೋ, ಆರೆಂಜ್, ರೆಡ್ ಈ 7 ಕಲರ್ಸ್ ಬಂದಿರಲ್ಲ. ಬರೇ ಬ್ಲೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಬಂದಿರಬಹುದು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಬರೇ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಬಂದಿರಬಹುದು. ಇಂಥ ವೇವ್ಲೆಂತ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತವೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಲೈನ್ ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಈ ಲೈನ್ ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾ ಯಾಕೆ ಬಂತು? ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ರಮ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇಸ್ an atom should emit continuous spectrum, but experimentally it is observed that an atom is emitting line spectrum. ಯಾಕೆ ಲೈನ್ ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ರಮ್ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ? That was not explained by Rutherford. So Rutherford could not explain the origin of line spectra. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನು, ರೂದರ್ಫೋರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ರಮ್ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ. ಬಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಶೋ an atom is emitting line spectra. ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು ರೂದರ್ಫೋರ್ಡ್ ನ, ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ರಮ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ, ಲೈನ್ ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ರಮ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ರೂದರ್ಫೋರ್ಡ್ could not answer it. So that was again the another failure of Rutherford's atom model. So Rutherford's atom model could not explain the stability of an atom, and also Rutherford could not explain the origin of line spectra. These are the two limitations or failures of Rutherford's atom model. I'll just share my screen where you can observe the continuous spectrum and the line spectrum. Just going to share my screen and observe it probably. I think you can see the screen. I think you are able to see the screen. This is the line spectra. This is the line spectra. Al nodri, there are only particular lines. There are only particular wavelengths. Red ade, illi probably violet, there yellow, so on. There are only particular wavelengths on a dark background. This is line spectra. Actually, experiment ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಈ ರೀತಿ spectrum ಬಂತು. This was the spectrum observed during the experiment. But what was expected is this kind of a spectrum. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ರಮ್ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. This is continuous spectrum. This is the continuous spectrum. Whenever an electron revolves around the nucleus, it emits light energy of all possible wavelengths ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ Rutherford. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ರಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. This is called continuous spectrum. But what was observed in the experiment is that an atom emits line spectrum. It emits light of only particular wavelengths. Rutherford could not account for it. ಯಾಕೆ ಬರೀ particular lines ಅಥವಾ particular wavelengths ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಬರ್ತಿದಾವೆ? That could not be explained by Rutherford. It is because of this reason the Rutherford's atom model was discarded. I hope the idea of Rutherford's atom model is clear. ನಮಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲನೇಷನ್ ಕೇಳಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕೆ Rutherford atom model ಡಿಸ್ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲನೇಷನ್ ಕೇಳಲ್ಲ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಫೇಲ್ಯೂರ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಬರೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. And just write the failures of Rutherford atom model as it could not explain stability of the atom and it could not explain the origin of spectral lines. These are the failures of Rutherford atom model. Because the Rutherford atom model suffered with these many failures, there was a necessity for a new atom model which could explain the stability of an atom and the origin of line spectra. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು atom model ಬೇಕು ಇವಾಗ. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ Rutherford's atom model is not right. Rutherford's atom model was discarded. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ atomic structure ಹೇಗದೆ? What exactly is the structure of atom? That is again required. Then comes Niels Bohr. Niels Bohr proposed an atom model again. See, this atom model is almost the same as Rutherford's atom model with some modifications. Bohr's atom model retains many facts that were told by Rutherford. Rutherford ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಅದೇ ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್ ನ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬೋರ್ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಾಡಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ಯಾನ ಅಷ್ಟೇ atom model ನ. So we will now try to understand what is Bohr's atom model. See, according to Bohr, an atom consists of central positively charged core called as nucleus. Bohr agrees that an atom consists of central positively charged core called nucleus. Atom ಒಳಗೆ positively charged core ಅದೇ central ಒಳಗೆ nucleus ಅಂತ. This idea was told by Rutherford. He agrees with that. Bohr agrees that an atom consists of central positively charged core called nucleus. And electrons, nodri, Rutherford ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ, electrons revolve around the nucleus in circular orbits. Bohr agrees with it. Yes, electrons revolve around the nucleus in circular orbits. Rutherford ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? Electrons revolve around the nucleus in all possible circular orbits ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ. Rutherford had told electrons revolve around the nucleus in all possible circular orbits. ಎಲ್ಲ circular orbits ನಾಗೂ ತಿರುಗ್ತಾವ electron ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ. Bohr did not agree with this point. Bohr said electrons revolve around the nucleus in circular orbits, true, but electrons can revolve around the circular orbits only in permitted orbits. ಕೆಲವೊಂದಷ್ಟು ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ಅವೆ, ಆ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಗ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ತಿರುಗಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ದ. ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬೋರ್, electrons revolve around the nucleus. Electron revolve around the nucleus only in certain permitted orbits. Electrons revolve around the nucleus only in certain permitted orbits called as stationary orbits. See, as told by Rutherford, electrons do not revolve in all the orbits. Instead, electrons revolve around the nucleus only in certain permitted orbits called as stationary orbits. Electrons ಎಲ್ಲ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಾವು ತಿರುಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಬೋರ್. Instead, electrons can revolve around the nucleus only in certain permitted orbits called as stationary orbits. ಈ stationary orbits ನಾಗೆ electrons are not going to radiate any energy. ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಬೋರ್ದು ಐಡಿಯಾ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿ, in these stationary orbits electrons are not going to radiate any energy. Rutherford ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದ, according to Rutherford, electrons revolve around the nucleus in all possible orbits. When an electron is revolving in all possible orbits, there is every possibility that this electron loses its energy by emitting radiation. Light na emit ಮಾಡಿ ಅದರದ energy ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತದೆ. When the energy of the electron goes on decreasing, what should be the path of the electron? When the energy of the electron goes on decreasing, what should be the path of the electron? ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? What should be the path of the electron? When the energy of the electron is continuously decreasing, what should be the path of the electron? Spiral. Very good. Electron should follow spiral path and eventually fall into the nucleus. That means the destruction of atomic structure. Atom destroy aguತ್ತದೆ. Bohr ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ದ? He just disagreed with this point. Rutherford ಹೇಳಿದ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಜೊತೆ disagree ಮಾಡಿ, he said electrons do not revolve in all orbits. Electrons ಎಲ್ಲ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಾಗೂ ತಿರುಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. Electrons can revolve around the nucleus only in certain permitted orbits. ಕೆಲವೊಂದಷ್ಟು ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ಅವೆ, ಅದ್ರಾಗಷ್ಟೇ electrons ತಿರುಗ್ತವೆ. Those permitted orbits are called as stationary orbits. ಈ ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಪೆಷಾಲಿಟಿ ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಯಾವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನ ತಿರುಗ್ತಿರ್ತದಲ್ಲ, when an electron is revolving around the nucleus in stationary orbit, this electron is not going to lose any energy. Electrons do not radiate any energy in the stationary orbits. Stationary orbits nage electron ಯಾವುದೇ energy na radiate ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. Suppose this is nucleus and if this is a stationary orbit, suppose if this is a stationary orbit, an electron revolving in the stationary orbit does not radiate any energy. ಯಾವುದೇ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ನ ಇದು ರೇಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ electron now falls into the nucleus by following spiral path. This electron follows spiral path and falls into the nucleus or continues to revolve in the same orbit. ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು? This electron follows a spiral path and falls into the nucleus, or it continues to revolve in the same orbit around the nucleus. In stationary orbit, electron is not going to lose any energy, so it follows a spiral path and falls into the nucleus. This electron should follow spiral path and falls into the nucleus. Correct? Correct, ala? Very good. Here, the electron does not lose any energy, and so it continues to revolve around the nucleus in the same orbit. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸ್ಟೆಬಿಲಿಟಿನ explain mado possibility bandbidutte namige agagle. An atom can remain stable because electron is not revolving in all possible orbits. Instead, electron is revolving around the nucleus only in certain permitted orbits called as stationary orbits. In stationary orbits, electrons are not going to lose any energy. So this was the first postulate of Bohr's atom model. ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಈಗ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನ ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬೇಕು? Suppose this is the nucleus and let us suppose these are the orbits around the nucleus. These are the orbits. Let us suppose this is orbit 1, this is orbit 2, this is orbit 3 and this is orbit 4. Here we have 4 orbits. Here we have 4 orbits, 1, 2, 3, 4. ಈ 4 ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಾಗೆ ಯಾವ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ? ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್? ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ? ಈಗ ಈ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಸುತ್ತ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ಅವೆ. ಆ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಗೆ ಯಾವ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್? ಈ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿನಾ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿನಾ, ಥರ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿನಾ, ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿನಾ? ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿನಾ? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೂಡ ಬೋರ್ ಒಂದು ರೂಲ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಬೋರ್ ಸೇಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್. ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಯಾವ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಅಂತ. Bohr introduced the idea of stationary orbit and he gives us a rule for identifying the stationary orbit. The second postulate of Bohr's atom model speaks about which orbit is considered to be the stationary orbit. ಯಾವ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪಾಸ್ಟುಲೇಟ್ ನಾಗೆ. The angular momentum of an electron in the stationary orbit is an integer multiple of h by 2 pi. Notary. According to Bohr, stationary orbit is that orbit in which angular momentum of the electron is integer multiple of h by 2 pi. ಯಾವ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಾಗೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಆಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೊಮೆಂಟಮ್ ಇಂಟೀಜರ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ h by 2 pi ಆಗಿರ್ತದೋ ಆ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನ ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು Bohr's second postulate, angular momentum. The angular momentum is represented by mvr. M is mass of electron, v is velocity of electron, and r is radius of electron orbit. Angular momentum of electron should be an integer multiple of h by 2 pi, where h is called Planck's constant. H is called Planck's constant. I'll explain this. Solve ಇದನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ರಿ. Planck's constant is equals to 6.62 into 10 to the power of minus 34 joule second. ಇದು Bohr's second postulate. According to Bohr's second postulate, stationary orbit is that orbit in which angular momentum of electron is an integer multiple of h by 2 pi. Integer ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ it must be non-zero integer. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. N can take the value 1, N can take the value 2, 3, 4, 5, so on. Integer multiple of h by 2 pi, where h is Planck's constant. Okay. Iga, suppose this is the nucleus. Suppose this is the nucleus. Okay. Here are some orbits. I have represented some 3 orbits. Okay. Let us name this orbit as 1, 2, and 3. Here is an electron. Now the electron is in the first orbit. This first orbit to ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಹೌದಾ ಅಲ್ಲ ಹೇಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ? ಈ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಹೌದಾ ಅಲ್ಲ ಹೇಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ಈ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ದು ಆಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೊಮೆಂಟಮ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಆಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೊಮೆಂಟಮ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಇಂಟು ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಇಂಟು ರೇಡಿಯಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್. ಈ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ರೇಡಿಯಸ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ, ಈ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಾಗ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಎಷ್ಟದೆ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಮಾಸ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. mv/r ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. If the angular momentum of electron in this orbit comes out to be 1 into h by 2 pi. You suppose you have calculated angular momentum of electron in this orbit. ಈ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಾಗೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ angular momentum calculate ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರಿ. And in this orbit, the angular momentum of electron comes out to be 1 into h by 2 pi. See, 1 is an integer multiple of h by 2 pi ಬಂದು the angular momentum of electron. So can I say the first orbit as the stationary orbit? ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಈ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನ ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬಹುದಾ ಈಗ? Can I say the first orbit as the stationary orbit? In the first orbit, angular momentum of electron is integer multiple of h by 2 pi. ಕರಿಬಹುದಲ್ಲ? Because the angular momentum of electron in the first orbit is an integer multiple of h by 2 pi. Okay. ಈಗ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಹೌದಾ ಅಲ್ಲ ಹೇಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ? ಹೌ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ವೆದರ್ ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್? ಏನ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ನೀವು? ವಾಟ್ ಡು ಯು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಟು ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ವೆದರ್ ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್? ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್? ಏನ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? You need to calculate the angular momentum of electron in that orbit. ಈ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಾಗೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ದ angular momentum calculate ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. In the second orbit, the angular momentum of electron m into v into r ಮಾಡಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಾಗೆ it comes out to be 1.8 into h by 2 pi. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಾಗೆ angular momentum of electron comes out to be 1.8 into h by 2 pi. So second orbit is also the stationary orbit. Correct alla? In the second orbit, angular momentum is equals to 1.8 times h by 2 pi. So the second orbit is also the stationary orbit. Correct alla? Second orbit is also the stationary orbit. No. Suppose the angular momentum of electron in the second orbit nage, if the angular momentum of the electron is 2h by 2 pi, in the second orbit angular momentum is equals to 2 into h by 2 pi. Is it the stationary orbit? Is this the stationary orbit? In the third orbit, it is observed that angular momentum of the electron is 3 into h by 2 pi. So third orbit is also the ಏನ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಏನಿದೆ? ಥರ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ? ಥರ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ is also the stationary orbit. Very good. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ನ ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬೇಕು ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? Which orbits can be called as the stationary orbits? Only those orbits in which the angular momentum of electron is an integer multiple of h by 2 pi. ಯಾವ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಾಗೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ angular momentum integer multiple of h by 2 pi ಇರ್ತದೋ ಅಂತ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ನ ನಾವು stationary orbits ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬಹುದು. Okay, so the second postulate speaks about which orbits are the stationary orbits. The angular momentum of electron in stationary orbit is an integer multiple of h by 2 pi. So according to Bohr's second postulate, angular momentum of electron mvr should be an integer multiple of h by 2 pi. Okay, and here n can take only the non-zero values, non-zero integer. N is a non-zero integer. Okay, This is known as mvr is equals to nh by 2 pi. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು we call it as Bohr's quantization rule. It is known as Bohr's quantization rule. You may be asked to write Bohr's quantization rule for 2 marks. Mention or write Bohr's quantization rule and explain the symbols ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. Bohr's quantization rule is that mvr is equals to n into h by 2 pi, where m is mass of electron, v is velocity of electron, r is radius of electron orbit. R is radius of electron orbit, and n is non-zero integer, h Planck's constant, and 2 and pi are constants anyhow. So this is known as Bohr's quantization rule. Is the idea of stationary orbit clear? Stationary orbit clear ada? Okay. So according to Bohr's first postulate, electrons can revolve in only certain permitted orbits called as stationary orbits. In these stationary orbits, electrons are not going to radiate any energy. Stationary orbit nage electron yavade energy na radiate ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. And in the stationary orbits, the angular momentum of electron must be an integer multiple of h by 2 pi. In the stationary orbits, angular momentum of electron must be an integer multiple of h by 2 pi. ಯಾವ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಾಗೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಆಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೊಮೆಂಟಮ್ ಇಂಟೀಜರ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ h by 2 pi ಆಗಿರ್ತದೋ ಆ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನ ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಆ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಾಗ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ತಿರುಗ್ತದೆ, ಆಯ್ತಾ. ಬೇರೆ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಗ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ತಿರುಗಲ್ಲ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಗ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನಾಟ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಎನಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಇನ್ ಅನ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ in which angular momentum is not an integer multiple of h by 2 pi. ಈಗ angular momentum 1.8 into h by 2 pi ಅಂತ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ that orbit is not stationary orbit. ಅಂತ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಾಗ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಸಪೋಸ್ ಅಂತ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಾಗ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ? ಸಪೋಸ್ if an electron exists in an orbit in which angular momentum is 1.8 into h by 2 pi. Angular momentum is 1.8 into h by 2 pi. Will that be a stationary orbit?